Hello everyone, it is I, Mike V. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing some personal finance basics, and in this case, we're going to be discussing savings and budgeting. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, to start off, I'm going to go ahead and put some charts on screen for you guys to see. And I'll go ahead and describe each of them as we go through them. So the first one I want to share with you guys is the personal savings rate in the United States. As you could tell, we are at a 5-year low, possibly an all-time low. I don't even know if it's gotten this low back during the financial crisis of 2008. The next chart I'm going to show you is the total credit card debt in the United States. Well over $1 trillion now and close to an all-time high. And the third chart I'm going to show you is the 90-day credit card delinquency rate. So as you can see, that one is also quite high as well, especially within the past 5 years. So why do I bring these charts up? Well, one thing you'll notice is that you're seeing fewer Americans save and more of them get into credit card debt, especially within the past few years. So as you can see, not many people are saving. And some of this might be legitimate concerns. I don't know everybody's financial situation, of course, but I think a lot of it has to do with habit as well. And that's what this video is going to be about, is trying to build the habits of saving and then potentially turning that into investments, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just going to be a real basic video, and here's the idea that I've heard of, that you might have also heard of on the internet as well. I decided to share this one with you guys too. So here's the idea. So when you get your paycheck or any type of income, whatever that may be, the first thing you should do, take a percentage or a specific dollar amount, whatever you're comfortable with, even as little as say $5 here, whatever amount that you want, and just put it in some sort of saving account or safe or piggy bank or whatever. For those of you who come from the Gamble Smart and Cowboy Slots YouTube channels, a lot of you are subscribed to those channels as well. You may have heard of the Gamble Boxes. Of course, maybe you used one yourself to put winnings in from your casino trip. Well, that's a good use of the Gamble Box right there, is to put some of your savings in it if you're not using it for gambling. That would be one example right there. If you're not someone who uses cash a lot, you can obviously use various e-wallets or bank accounts. Maybe you have a separate savings account from your checking account. So the idea is that the concept is known as pay yourself first. Maybe you've heard that term before, maybe you haven't. Then if it's news to you, then it's a good introduction to get started. So the idea is that once you receive your monthly or weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, immediately take an amount, a percentage of that paycheck or a specific dollar amount, whatever you're comfortable saving at that moment based on your current condition, your current financial situation, and just save it. Completely put it away as needed for a rainy day. You know, another statistic that I haven't shared with you in the charts is the statistic that is commonly shown is that there are many Americans that can not pay a sudden emergency expense of $1,000, for example. So that's how bad some people's savings rates can be. So the purpose of this lesson is to provide a good habit to start having some sort of saving, or like emergency savings primarily. Because I think most of you guys watching may have your 401k taken care of if you're obviously working. But yeah, so in terms of immediate short-term savings, it would be a good idea to actually have that habit of paying yourself first, putting a few dollars or hundreds of dollars or whatever you're comfortable with based on your income in a safe, in a bank account, separate account, preferably. If you want to have that segregation. Then where do you get that money? You know, you might be asking if you're really strapped for cash. Well, obviously you're going to have to think about that. I don't know your financial situation. Is it? Do you have any unnecessary expenses like a subscription that you no longer use? Are there doodads or trinkets that you purchase that leave a hole in your savings? You know, you gotta look into your expense. Or are you getting a raise pretty soon, or are you about to start get a second source of income? So that's another way of doing it. So these are just some ideas I want you to think in your head. You know, how can I do this? How can I dig myself out of this hole if that's something that you're having issues with? So I want to just bring that topic to the front of this video here. So that's the idea. And if you want, you can even expand upon this. So this is another idea I've heard, the idea of like the 2 or 3 piggy banks that has been called as well. Or you could call it the 2 or 3 accounts. One is for your immediate savings. So this would be for like 6 months of expenses. Say if you get laid off from your job, or you've got a tornado hit your house. You know, some sort of like unexpected emergency. You want to have the savings for that. So I think 6 months of emergency expenses would be the good threshold there. You can go beyond that as well. The second thing is that if you want to, the idea of the piggy banks is you have the one account or piggy bank, you know, proverbial, for savings. The second one could be for investment. Maybe you have, using $5 as an example, $5 for savings, and you have another $5, you can put it into investments. Now, if you have a 401k, you might, you know, that's already taken care of for you, or any other type of retirement account. But having a separate one for investments, maybe you want to get into Bitcoin, for example, that'll be another way of doing it. Then you'd have a separate pile for that, you know, outside of your emergency savings. You don't want to dip into that for anything speculative, for example. And then some might have a third piggy bank. The third one could be for donations, tithing, or you know, if you're someone who likes to give to charity, for example, you may have a separate one for that. So, you know, for whatever purpose you want to. Obviously, the first important one is savings. If that's the only one you can do, that's perfectly fine. And you could do all 3, and the more income you make, try to increase that amount each time. Build a bigger nest egg. So this is just a real basic concept of savings that I just want to introduce here for this video. And there's a lot more that can go through, and everybody has different circumstances here. But obviously, there's a lot to be said about saving in our currency, the U.S. dollar. We know that inflation exists, so as a long-term strategy, that might not work out, but it's just something to get started with. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. We're not going to dilly-dally too long here. But I want you to tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this? Have you heard of the term pay yourself first? Have you heard of the concept of the 3 separate piggy banks? I think if you have, you probably know where I've gotten this from. You can go ahead and put it in a comment section if you want to, of course. Or let me know if you haven't heard of it before. Or if you do something right now, something similar. Post your ideas. Keep the conversation civil, of course. And let me know if you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Normally my videos are regarding the casino gambling industry, but maybe I might do some more personal finance type topics in the future. If you like it, please let me know as well. Share this with others and hit the bell icon to be notified once I release a brand new video. So until then, I'll see you for the next one. Take care and go make it happen.